Pokemon Inventions that came out years too late. Back in 2003, when Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire came out on the Game Boy Advance, fans were beyond excited to see the next generation of Pokemon. But there was a huge problem. All the Pokemon people caught in Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, and Crystal were stuck forever on their old Game Boy cartridges, so there was no way to trade them forward. And for millions of players, that was heartbreaking. But there was a good reason behind why you couldn't transfer your Pokemon to the newer generations. You see, Nintendo and Game Freak never built a bridge between the old Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance. The systems used completely different link cables, communication methods, and data structures. Even if someone tried, the Pokemon data from those early games literally could not be read by Ruby and Sapphire. It was like trying to plug a VHS tape into a Blu-ray player. But a few brilliant fans refused to accept that their childhood Pokemon were gone forever. The thing is, after years of studying the game's code, reverse engineering hardware, and experimenting with save files, homebrew developers finally did what Nintendo never did. They created real working tools that let you move your Pokemon from Generation 1 and Generation 2 all the way into the Generation 3 games. To be more specific, a developer group called the Gears of Progress made something called Poke Transporter GB that runs right on a Game Boy Advance, connects through a real Game Boy Color link cable, and lets you send Pokemon straight from Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, and Crystal into Ruby Sapphire, Fire Red, Leaf Green, and Emerald, while the graphics even look like something Nintendo themselves would have made. So now you can finally trade Pokemon from the Gen 1 and Gen 2 games to the Gen 3 games after all these years.